Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 2 of the Team Liquid Legacy Star League Season 2 round of 24. I am Sale, and I'll be casting solo again. Sadly, my partner in crime is still unavailable. So yeah, we're going to be doing groups C and D today. Sadly, I just noticed right before starting that there's only one Protoss. There's only a single lone solitary Protoss playing today, but he is, of course, one of my favorite Protosses, that is Mazur, and he will be playing in Group C, which is what we're going to be doing first. So, if we have a look here at the first group of the day, it is going to be Bakuryu, trutaCz, Rams, and Mazur. A very heartbreaking group for me when I when I drew the names out of the hat, because of course Bakuryu and Mazur are two of my favorite players and good friends of mine as well. And but then I also quite like trutaCz and Rams. trutaCz, of course, a very strong Polish third player, and Rams used to be a very strong player, and nowadays he seems a little bit shaky, to be honest. I'd say Rams, like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, would be among the top of foreigners. But I think he's been pretty inactive. I mean, he participated last season in TLS, but didn't go that far. So yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of shape he's in right now. But I think the other three players are quite active. And of course, Mazur loves his PvZ, so hopefully we'll see some great games from this group. The first game, though, of course, is going to be a ZVZ between Bakuryu and trutaCz, which would be very interesting. Now, I do know actually that Bakuryu said he was going to prepare specifically for trutaCz's style. So, you know, for the most part, it seems that these foreign players are maybe a little bit lazy, maybe don't quite prepare as much as they could. But Bakuryu, very smart, very studious player. So he's been preparing for trutaCz. trutaCz, on the other hand, I'm not too sure if he's done anything special. I mean, he's just an all-around, very high-level player. So maybe he's just gonna rely on his mechanics, his well-honed skills to take on Bakuryu. Actually, now that I think about it, I do believe Bakuryu placed fairly highly in last weekend's Defiler tournament, the weekly Defiler tournament. So yeah, that's some bonus points for him there. Anyway, map pool is going to be same as normal. Jade for the first 2 sets, match point for the winners and losers match, and then Fighting Spirit for the final set. So we're going to start off here on Jade, and I think with that, we are ready to go into game number 1. Bakuryu versus trutaCz. Alright, here we go into game number 1. At the top right as the blue Zerg, we will have trutaCz. And at the bottom right as the teal Zerg, we will have Bakuryu. So we got a good old referee / observer in the game as well. So once again, we are on Jade, and it looks like Bakuryu will be the one getting the first scout off just because of these spawning locations. Both of them are, of course, scouting in the standard directions. Anyway, is it just me or is this music a little bit loud? Let's tone it down a little bit. We do love that good old Terran theme, but it's like blaring in my headset. Alright, here we go. Alright, I see some people complaining about lag on the stream. Alright, let's see. Any torrents going? Nope, made sure to turn them all off before the stream started. I can't even see how many frames I'm dropping because my XSplit thing is too big. Anyway, we got a 9 pull here from Bakuryu, and a 9 pull from trutaCz. All right, mirror builds. I like it. So mirror builds, but because of this Overlord scouting difference, Bakuryu is still just gonna get the random advantage here. I mean, it's unavoidable that these kind of slight imbalances happen in a mirror matchup. where just by random chance of spawning locations, Bakuryu is still in a good position, even though they are doing the same build. So looks like Bakuryu a little bit quicker to get his guys on the gas, but otherwise not too big of a deal. And one thing to note, of course, that, you know, if it gets to the point where these players do want to take their the natural expansion of trutaCz will be kind of a little bit closer to his opponent, whereas Bakuryu will be expanding sideways, so that might make a slight difference in the possibility of, like, Muta shenanigans. Conversely, trutaCz's main gas is tucked away at the top right, whereas Bakuryu's gas is a little bit more exposed. I mean, these little things rarely make a difference, but occasionally they do. And so now, this is the thing that makes the most difference, though. So this first Overlord comes over here. He sees exactly what's going on. He sees the links come out. So Bakuryu knows exactly what the build is. He knows they've both gone 9 pool. And one thing he can do is exactly this. Sneak out with 2 lings before his opponent's lings get here. Just defend with these lings. And then use these to run around and hopefully try and snipe some drones. Ooh, very, very close here, actually. Barely sneaking past before trutaCz's lings get here. And remember that trutaCz still has no idea what build Bakuryu has done. So he's going to see, obviously, it's not a 12 hatch or even like a 12 pool expand. So he knows it's 9 pool or over pool. I mean, I guess it could be some kind of like 12 pool or 12 hatch in the main, but that's very, very unlikely. Although, of the very few Zerg players I've seen play 12 hatch in main, Bakuryu is certainly one of them, so I guess it's not completely out of the realm of possibility, although given that all the Zerglings are out already, it's definitely not. It definitely wasn't a 12 hatch. Curiously, trutaCz has actually immediately pulled back here, because it seems that he actually did not get speed here, so he went lair before speed. Whereas Bakuryu's gone for speed first. So you can see Bakuryu's speed actually finishes. He might actually catch a couple of these Zerglings before they get back in. No, this will not quite catch them. And now trutaCz will be defending his ramp, but it is a reverse ramp here, so he doesn't really have an advantage. Now, he did place a Sunken Colony in his main base, I believe. Yeah, he's actually got 2 creep colonies there. Just really, really concerned about these Zerglings here. One Sunken does finish. The second one isn't even morphing, but it looks like he might have enough to defend this anyway here with some good drone drilling. Is going to hold off these Zerglings. But really, really interesting. And as you can see, Bakuryu's lair is finished already, and just now planting his spire seems to be a little bit late here. He did have enough resources for a while, so he could have planted it, you know, a few seconds earlier, but not a huge deal. More importantly, he did make a big round of drones there, knowing that, you know, making more links is not going to do anything, especially with a second creep colony. That's a really big investment from trutaCz, who was really concerned about the link attack. trutaCz seemed to kind of smell what was going on here from Bakuryu, even though he had no scouting information. He kind of knew or had a sense from the situation that should probably pull back. That's some really good game sense or something. I'm not sure exactly what indicated to him that he should be a lot more defensive, a lot more careful with his 9 pool. I guess since he got scouted first, he just decided to drone up or something instead of commit with the lings, because he knew that Bakuryu would probably be able to defend. And you can see, so Bakuryu now is going to get his expansion because he does have the map. He does have map control here with the additional Zerglings. trutaCz investing in the 2 Sunkens. Allows him to, you know, get a couple of extra drones early on, but at the cost of, you know, basically having to just sit around his main hatchery. He doesn't even have complete control of his main, as you can see. He's just kind of chilling around there. And his spire isn't even really faster than Bakuryu's here, though, so I feel like Bakuryu is in a really, really nice spot here with his hatchery going up. I mean, he's pulling his lings back now, but it doesn't really matter. You can see trutaCz still doesn't have speed, so he can't catch Bakuryu's Zerglings, and that also reduces the threat to Bakuryu here of like dual attacks with mutas and lings. You know, without ling speed, he's not really even scared of trutaCz's Zerglings that much. He only needs to worry about the air threat. Which is quite nice for him. You know, it looks like we actually had 2 mutas and a pair of Scourge versus just the pure 3 mutas here from Bakuryu. Although, wait, is that 2? No, that is 3. Okay. Now 3 mutas is going to be a little bit tricky still to micro against Scourge, so going to be a little bit careful with these. Bakuryu actually is going to run away, even though he has a single muta advantage. He knows. Oh my God! What the hell was that? Whoa! Luckily for him, the Scourge didn't quite hit. One of the Scourge though does hit. I think. Did Bakuryu kill a muta as well there? No, it looks like he didn't. So trutaCz getting the first kill off there, pretty nicely done. But the problem is, this hatchery's now finished. You can see Bakuryu immediately took the gas. probably before the hatchery even finished building. So you can just start mining that right away. That is, of course, the crucial resource here in ZVZ. Doesn't really care about those minerals at all. And this is basically going to put a timer on trutaCz for how long he has before he kind of needs to win. He's already actually really far behind in supply, 23 supply against 32. And if he doesn't win in the next, you know, minute or so, just the extra gas from that second hatchery will be far too much for him to actually overcome here. It looks like Bakuryu going to force an engagement here. trutaCz getting caught a little bit out of position, and it looks like trutaCz just going to forfeit a couple more of his mutas. No, actually, Bakuryu, I don't know if he mistargeted there or something, but didn't keep his mutas moving, which allowed trutaCz to escape there. Of course, there is a slight acceleration and, you know, deceleration time on Mutalisks, so you really got to make sure they keep moving non-stop. Bakuryu, you can see, paused just a second there, which gave trutaCz the window he needed to actually escape that trap. But oh no, he's going to get caught once again here. A few Scourge coming in here for him, but it looks like way too many mutas. Poor Bakuryu going to do a bit of micro there, and with only 2 very badly damaged mutas on the run, trutaCz is in gigantic trouble. 21 supply for him against 38 supply for Bakuryu. I think it's just a matter of time now before Baku takes this game. Gonna chase down these last couple of mutas. Any spores in the base? Nope, just an extra hatchery there in the main. That's not really gonna do anything. And that should be that. GG from trutaCz. Bakuryu takes game number 1 and goes on to the winner's match. Alright, cool. So Bakuryu goes on to the winner's match. Don't worry, though trutaCz is not out yet. He will go on to the loser's match to play against whoever loses in this upcoming PVT between Mazur and Rams. But before that, we will go to a short break. So see you guys in a bit.